Would you guys say that the two of you are against animal abuse?
Yeah.
You're against animal abuse, yeah.
I love animals.
You love animals. So do you think it's possible to be against animal abuse while you're eating the products of the industry?
That's the thing. That's like when you like get deeper into it, it's like what's the norm, whatever's going on, or like what you think is normal type of thing. I don't think a lot of people know about it.
Yeah. Because right now...
I mean, I'm aware, but it's just like...
Because right now, this is normal, what we're doing to animals.
Exactly.
But what's normal doesn't dictate what's right. Just like how plenty of immoral actions in the past were once normal. And when it comes to this, what do you feel like, you said that you're aware of it, you know what goes on in these industries. So what do you feel like is stopping you from not supporting it?
Just craving sometimes, or just...
It's
being
just
fucking high and drunk every
exactly.
all day, every day.
You got the cravings. It's like, we already drinking right now. It's like,
I mean, not even that. I'm just saying, like, in general.
Exactly. I know
we're not, like, I feel like we weren't, like, raised up with that.
Like, with that mentality and shit.
That mentality or that figure or
it's
knowledge
like
of knowing.
we're both Hispanic, so we grew up, like, kind of like, we make food to survive and shit,
Yeah.
Like you come from my parents and shit. They came from
like
nothing.
Farmland,
Exactly.
It's just like that's what
they gotta do what they gotta do to survive and shit.
And what about for you two right now in Boston?
Right now in Boston.
What's your excuse for supporting that?
Honestly, like I don't know. I mean, I think I don't know if I can become a vegetarian full out. I mean, I can try, but it's just like it's crazy. You can really get all your vitamins and whatever you need.
Yeah, without meat, exactly. Without eating, without eating meat,
it would be even better for you and healthier.
I just like
for the environment and everything else.
I never thought about going vegan and shit.
I've tried it just to kind of like fuck around, sort of, but I never put all that mind to it. Like,
Yeah, what made you try plant-based diet?
Plant-based, I heard that it was better for like exercising or...
So for health reasons, yeah. And so for health reasons, you can justify going back. But the question is, when it comes to the ethics, can you justify a little bit of needless abuse? You're talking about like the environmental benefits, the health benefits. Do you know the number one benefit of going vegan? Like number one? The number one benefit for going vegan, obviously for the animals, once you're vegan, they're no longer tortured and abused because of you. So they're relieved of that. The best benefit for you guys is that because you said that you're against animal abuse, when you're vegan, for the first time, you have the opportunity to no longer be a hypocrite.
Talk about that.
Because if you say that you're against animal abuse and you're supporting what's on the screens, there's a contradiction there. Right here, we're in 21st century Boston. We have a grocery store on every corner. So every time you buy a product, you have the option to either abuse animals or spare the lives of animals. And what I'd leave you with is keep in mind that for however long that you're not vegan, animals are going to be tortured because of you. So think about what side of history you want to stand on when it comes to stamping out this injustice.
When'd you go vegan?
I went vegan 3 years ago in 2017.
What made you go vegan?
What made me go vegan, so I was vegetarian and...
Oh, you were vegetarian?
I was vegetarian, yeah.
That was like easy as nothing, huh?
Yeah, so I was vegetarian and I never knew what happened in the dairy industry and the egg industry. When I learned what happened, you said you saw those chicks being ground up. That's what happens in the egg industry. It's the same practices in the dairy industry. And I realized that for however long that I wasn't vegan, I was going to be a hypocrite. And being vegan became the easiest decision that I ever made because it didn't involve changing anything about who I was. It just meant following who I actually was, living in alignment with the words that I said I had of being against animal abuse. You said it might be a bit hard, it might be inconvenient.
Just a transition, I mean, it's a transition.
It's about a month. Make it into a habit.
That phase of like a month, like you just like, you don't know what to eat, you don't know what to eat for a snack type thing, or like...
It's hard.
How to like figure it out.
Yeah, so when you're thinking about the snacks to eat, that sort of stuff, it's hard because you're thinking about yourself.
You know, the munchies. Yeah,
exactly.
When you're thinking about the munchies, you're thinking about yourself. It becomes the easiest decision when you place yourself in the animal's position and think about how would I feel if I were having my throat cut open for a sandwich and enslaved. Because that's how injustice has to be analyzed from the victim's point of view.
You're right.
If I were to give you guys a card, would you be interested in doing a bit more research?
Yes.
Great.
Yeah.
Yo, Alex, you got a card? Yeah, you got two?
Yep.
What I really recommend you guys check out, here's our organization.
Thank you.
On the back, the best speech you will ever hear. That's on YouTube, has about 5 million views.
So I just type that shit in and it'll...
Just type that into YouTube. Yeah, the best speech you'll ever hear. Has about 5 million views, really drives in the moral imperative of taking animal abuse seriously and taking animal rights seriously in the form of veganism. Really recommend giving that one a watch.
You know what goes by? Like, you know how, like, if you search something up, you got, like...
Yeah, it's by a guy named Gary Yourofsky. Gary Yourofsky. Definitely the one you gotta watch though.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But yeah, after having this conversation, after seeing this footage, what do you think you guys are gonna do?
I mean, I'll definitely be more mindful.
Hell yeah. Like,
Put mind to it. Type of like. Be aware of what's
instead of
going
thinking
on.
about
Literally.
just myself,
Like you said,
thinking
yeah.
about the animals too while you eat, you know, before you eat something, like exactly, while you putting this out, it puts a lot of thought in your head and shit.
And just keep in mind that for however long that it takes you to transition, for however long you're taking baby steps and just thinking about it, you're gonna be on the side of animal cruelty. So when you're ready to align your actions with the words that you've said during this conversation, you guys know what to do. Hey, appreciate it. Thanks for your time. Peace. On an individual level, what do you guys think you could do to address this suffering?
We've obviously posted on social media for awareness, and the first step is also stopping, it's fast food. The first step is stop eating it, and hopefully try to spread awareness to other people as well.
Right, yeah. And you mentioned fast food. This is across the board for everything. Whether it's free range, organic, grass-fed, all those sort of labels, this is the truth. What's happening is that chickens are bred after so many years that they're growing at such unnatural rates that they can't even stand. And this is them when they're young, and they're killed just at 42 days. 42 days, and they can normally live up to 10 years. And every time you consume chicken, this is where your money is going. You're voting in favor of this violence. So on an individual level, what do you think would be stopping you guys from not supporting what's on the screens and being vegan?
That's tough because in Africa, we do everything organic, right?
And we're in Boston right now.
That's the thing. So I don't know. Cause my whole life I've been eating meat. But I don't support this at the same time. It's like it's bro. Like, these are still God's creatures.
Right. And yeah, you said that you're against this animal abuse, but you've been eating meat your entire life. And ultimately, what you have to do is place yourself in the victim's position.
So it's just growing, like
Yeah, and right after that, then they're all just sent to the slaughterhouse, where they're all murdered. And what it comes down to, so you said how you enjoy the taste of these products, but you are against animal abuse. And all it comes down to is you have to place yourself in the victim's position. If you had the day of your execution planned from the moment you were born, if you were enslaved like this, what would you want someone like yourself to do who has the opportunity to choose different products? Stop eating the products. And it's also not just with meat, but also dairy and eggs. Ultimately, any product that comes from using animals, they're not using animals, they're abusing animals, because they're viewing them as an object, they're viewing them as a slave. And do you guys know the number one benefit of going vegan? The number one benefit. Obviously, for the animals, once you're vegan, they're no longer subjected to violence because of you. The number one benefit for you guys, because you said that you're against animal abuse, and given that you've been really impacted by what's on the screens, when you're vegan, for the first time, you then have the opportunity to no longer be a hypocrite.
This is really saddening.
Yeah. So they're stunning the cows. This is the most humane method of slaughter. Going forward, what do you think you guys are going to do to address this?
I think I'm going to try to spread awareness. obviously best way I can. And always try my best to stop, eating meat as much as I possibly can. It's so scary.
Yeah. And just what I'd leave you with is keep in mind that with any other injustice, we'd never try. We would eliminate. We'd never try to not abuse children. You would eliminate it. So just keep in mind that for however long it takes for you guys to become vegan, that what's happening on the screens, animals are gonna be put through violence because of you guys. So just think about what side of history you guys wanna stand on when it comes to stamping out this particular injustice.
So it just keeps on getting stung until it dies.
Yeah. And then they have their throat cut open.
So thank you for your information. I really appreciate it.
I appreciate your time, guys. Yeah. Appreciate it.